Hi, I'm independent program attorney Gilbert Ambler, and this week I am spending time with U.S. LawShield up at the Great American Outdoor Show in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. In Virginia, however, this week was all about the Judiciary committees in both the House and the Senate passing bills that will next be heard by the full House or Senate. And there was bad news for Virginians this week. HB 961, the bill limiting so-called assault weapons and magazines, passed through the House Judiciary Committee. This was the bill that everyone has been closely watching, and we knew that if this bill was going to move forward, it was going to have to start moving soon. This is because the crossover deadline of February 11th is rapidly approaching. The 11th is the date when bills passed in either the House or the Senate have to cross over to the other chamber for reconciliation. In an apparent attempt to placate gun owners, the Judiciary Committee did make some changes to HB 961. However, I think you will agree with me that the changes do not really help at all. First, they changed the limit on banned magazines from 10 to 12 rounds. Apparently, they think that those 2 extra rounds will somehow make gun owners happier or make the bill less of a constitutional violation. If the bill becomes law, possession of any magazines capable of holding over 12 rounds would become a felony. This would be true no matter how long you would own the magazines. The other change to the bill removes the registration requirement for currently owned firearms that are defined as assault weapons. New purchase of weapons deemed assault weapons, or even purchase of parts to make an assault weapon, would be a crime if the bill passes. The House Judiciary Committee was also busy on other gun bills this week. The committee moved forward on HB 1288, which expands the prohibition on firearms ownership by anyone convicted of a domestic battery situation. While this is already a federal prohibitor, HB 1288 adds a prohibition for anyone convicted of misdemeanor stalking or hate crimes. Another notable bill that the House Judiciary Committee passed removes the option to take an online class to obtain a concealed handgun permit and removes approval for concealed handgun permit classes taught by NRA certified instructors. If passed, concealed handgun permit classes would have to be taught by state licensed and state approved instructors. Finally, the Judiciary Committee passed HB 600, which requires family day homes to have firearms unloaded and locked up during operating hours. The Senate Judiciary Committee was equally busy passing SB 14, SB 64, SB 71, and SB 436. SB 14 is a duplicative bill which claims to make trigger activators unlawful, but which seems to really be targeting bump stocks. Gun owners, of course, will remember that bump stocks have been unlawful at a federal level since March 26, 2019. SB 64 also passed in the committee, which prohibits one or more persons from brandishing a firearm while drilling or training. Next, SB 71 passed, which treats child day centers and religious preschools as if they were K-12 schools for the purpose of possessing weapons. If passed, this would really affect many churches that offer these services. Finally, SB 436 passed, which passed through the committee, which creates a voluntary do not sell list. There's no guidance on how this voluntary list helps people. Now, thankfully, the Senate Judiciary Committee killed SB 581, which makes it a felony to recklessly leave a loaded and unsecured firearm accessible to someone under the age of 18. Now, the big news for this coming week in Virginia will be the likelihood that HB 961, that magazine and assault weapons ban bill we discussed earlier, will be presented before the full House. If passed there, it will be sent to the Senate. This means we have 2 more chances to stop this bill, this dangerous bill, before it becomes law. For this reason, we urge Virginians to contact their delegates and voice their opposition to these bills. For more questions on these or any other proposed laws, call U.S. LawShield and ask to speak with an independent program attorney.